The average fast food meal contains 836 calories, and while the West Coast claims to have healthier options, the East Coast is known for its greasy comfort food. So I'm eating 4 meals from each coast and ranking every one of them on my quadrant chart of gluttony. Calories on one side, bingeability on the other. By the end, one coast will be crowned as the best fast food hub in America, and one meal will be exposed as the biggest diet trap, starting with In-N-Out versus Waffle House. We're here at the first restaurant, which is In-N-Out. They don't have a lot of menu options, but the biggest things come in small packages. I'm just hoping we can get in and out of this parking lot because there's a crumble cookie right next to us.
This guy stinks!
I'm gonna do a double with regular fries and a Diet Coke, please. I'm kind of nervous to eat this. I've been so locked in on my diet recently, bro. This could be bad for me. And my toilet. Thank you so much. Honestly, for my eating, this isn't a bad meal macro-wise, except for the fat. That's a lot of fat, which is what I'm gonna be saying to myself in the mirror after this video. Let's dig in and see if the calories are worth the taste. It's In-N-Out, of course it is. Look at that, does that look good? That double. All right, let's take a bite into the greatest thing that California has to offer. I might be biased because I really like In-N-Out, but it might be hard to beat this. For the amount of calories this is and the macros that it offers, except for the fat, it's not that bad. I mean, it's amazing. It tastes awesome. I need to go in again. Oh yeah, now might be a good time to mention that I have to finish every meal or else you won't hit the subscribe button. These fries are good, but let's see if they're 360 calories good. They're good. Man, I tore through that meal like it was our wedding night. So far, In-N-Out holds the title for unhealthiest meal of the week. But is it just as bad or worse than our next meal at... Welcome to the hot and humid capital of the South, Waffle House. Just like In-N-Out, this is everyone's favorite place to meet at 3 a.m. Let's find a seat. This is fine dining. All right, let's see what we should order. Fair warning, this menu should come with a parental advisory sticker. It was so big and overwhelming, I considered walking out the restaurant and never returning. Looking at this menu, they definitely have a lot more stuff than they used to have. They have a protein bowl, which is good. We're not here for that. We're here to chut out. The all-star special. I'm gonna do it. 2 eggs, waffle, biscuit, hash browns, and sausage. As I placed my order, I realized that I crossed the point of no return.
And for you?
I'll do the all-star special, please.
Sure, how do you want your eggs?
Scrambled. Little did I know, I just ordered death itself on a hot plate, served by a sweet old lady with a water to wash it down. I don't know what's more impressive, the calories or the fact that it only cost me $13. Either way, I'll be paying more money in dialysis treatment, so we all pay one way or another. Okay, so we have a lot of food here. Honestly, compared to other meals, you get a lot of food for the calories. So far, it's worth it, but let's see how easy it is to eat, and let's make the most American fast food item of all time. Biscuit, egg, hash browns, sausage, toast, waffle, some whipped cream. Does this remind anyone else about Peter Griffin's car panini? Comment down below if you caught that reference. That being said, it's time to eat this entire meal and see just how dangerous it really is. Yo, that's insane. You can see the exact moment I realize why people get and stay morbidly obese. I'm gonna have to save that for the end because I want to finish off on that. It's so good. What makes it so dangerous is just how easy it is to eat. Not to mention, I barely added butter, whipped cream, syrup, or jelly, and those things combined could easily pack on another 300 to 500 calories, if not more. Oh yeah, I'm finishing you up. Tell me how you want it. Oh, I got too dirty with it. Time to destroy my own creation. Isn't that poetic? That brings us to, why is this food so addicting? I mean, it's not like we're eating at a Michelin star restaurant. And like the thing is, it's not like it's premium ingredients or like, you know, anything special, but it's made with the love of Waffle House. That's why it tastes so good. On a real note, fast food restaurants use predatory tactics such as optimizing fats, refined carbs, sodium, food engineering, low satiety foods, and price bundling to keep people coming back time and time again. That was the best Waffle House meal I've had ever, of all time. I'm feeling it really hard, but it was so worth it. But how worth it was Waffle House versus In-N-Out? Let's check the chart of gluttony to see which meal is truly the unhealthiest. In-N-Out really surprised me with how low their calories are. And I say that with a grain of salt because, I mean, it's still like 800 something calories. But compared to the meals that I try later in this video, I can only give it a 4 out of 10 on the calorie scale. Now don't start wetting your pants, West Coast. While it's a 4 on the calorie scale, I gotta give it an 8 on the bingeability scale. I could have slammed down another burger and shoveled another fistful of fries into my mouth. That puts In-N-Out in the sneaky dangerous tier. But Waffle House was a completely different story because while it was super high calorie and it was super fun to make different meals and just put all the food together, I don't know if I could eat that entire thing again. So Waffle House lands at a 6 on the calorie scale and only a 4 on the bingeability scale. So it lands itself in finish the meal if you can part of the quadrant. And there we have the team captains with the first scores of the challenge, with the average scores being 5 for Waffle House and 6 for In-N-Out, which currently makes the West Coast unhealthier than the East. But let's see if Jollibee versus Bojangles can change that.
If you've never heard about Bojangles, you're missing out. I feel really bad for you. We're gonna go order the highest calorie items that they have. Mediums only, because if I got the picnic size, which they call it, I would be drowning in grease and I would shut out in an instant, like that. And those are also meant for families. We're not doing any family meals, none of that. It's gonna be rough. Hi, can I do a steak biscuit, a medium fry, and a cinnamon roll?
We don't have cinnamon rolls, we got Bojangles, bitch.
I'll do that. Since Bojangles is the equivalent to Jollibee, we had to try out the desserts. Oh, I have to censor that. That's a bit graphic. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, there's the Bowberry biscuit. Oh boy. This is gonna be bad. I'm only at like 6,000 steps for the day too. I'm gonna be walking my butt off and all the fat in this meal is gonna be dripping out of my pores. I hate that. Worst feeling in the world. Bag secured. The lady told me to have a blessed day. A blessed day. So, I think I just Bowberry biscuited. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Now, before we see how good Bojangles is, let's go back to the West. For the battle of fried chicken, we are at Jollibee. I don't know what's so jolly about high calorie and high cholesterol meals, but the bee looks happy, so we gotta test it out ourselves. This is also a Filipino restaurant, and I'm half Filipino, so that's a fun fact. I don't know, thought you should know. Yeah. Let's just pray I'm not built like that bee by the end of this video. That's a rough body. I forgot to add the ube pie. Oh my gosh. I'm a terrible Filipino. If costs went into this, Jollibee would be out. It's not making my wallet jolly. Okay, they're actually so nice. This is a little Filipino man. Well, every Filipino man is little. So cute. It's a little known fact. If you pace around the Jollibee bee 5 times, burn enough calories to enjoy a Pepsi Zero. Wow, this is a lot going on right now. Oh gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. Okay, so what did I get from the Jollibee himself? I got the 2-piece chicken joy, Jolly spaghetti, Jolly fries, I think that's what they call it, and a Jolly pie. Everything's Jolly here. It's like St. Nicholas in this house. And this is a lunch. This isn't even a full day of eating. This is bad on the West Coast. I thought we were supposed to be healthy here. I'm just looking at this like, how am I gonna eat this? Where do I start? Save the dessert for last. That's if I can even reach dessert. This whole meal could quite literally feed me and my 4 siblings. Getting through it alone was going to be hard, and it's shocking I could even finish it in this amount of time. I thought I was home free until I looked over and saw...
Should I microwave it? A little bit, so it's a little warm. What's happening? All right. 1 man versus 1 pie. Who's gonna win? My body's like rejecting to eat it. Dang, that's pretty good. Look at that filling. It's purple. How'd they do that? Wow. Just gonna finish it. My enjoyment for the meal started here, quickly went down here, and flatlined.
That meal was so hard to eat, it just might save the West from being unhealthier this round.
This meal has 83 grams of fat. One of these fries has enough fat in it to feed a village in Nigeria, and that's not okay. But that taste is... I'm bone all over the place, bro. Oh my, I'm just a bonehead. 40 grams of fat. That's the same size your bra is gonna be after you eat all this, if you're a man. Me personally, I always get the Cajun Flay biscuit, but this is not too bad. I mean, it's only 400 calories less than Jollibee. So do what you will with that information. But I mean, I'm halfway through this biscuit and I'm not full yet. I'm actually kind of hungry still. There we go, guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
The biscuit took me a while to eat, but solely for the fact that I didn't want it to end.
Is this replenishing my glycogen? Bojangles, I want to thank you so much. That was a very enjoyable, pleasant experience. One that can't be topped. That was amazing.
Philippines, I love you to death. But y'all gotta chill on the calories. Like, that was so calorie dense. I really want to give it a 10, but I gotta settle with an 8.5. As for bingeability, that might be the one thing that saves Jollibee. Yeah, I could probably eat the spaghetti or 2 pieces of chicken by itself, but it was just so greasy and dense and just hard to finish. So technically it's not that unhealthy because you probably won't be able to finish your meal. But if you do finish your meal, you'll suffer a cardiac arrest that could kill an elephant. He has no reason to be jolly. He's got type 2 diabetes knocking at his front door. Now for the superior chicken spot, which ironically we didn't order any chicken at, Bojangles is going right above In-N-Out with a 5 on the calorie scale. But here's where Bojangles gets dangerous. That was an 11. That was a 12 or a 13 on the bingeability scale. I could eat that one biscuit 5 times over. And the fries, oh my gosh. It quite possibly could be the only meal that gets a 10 on the bingeability scale. And with a generational performance from Bojangles, the total average for the East is 6.2, while the West sits at 5.8. Now the East is defending its reputation for the unhealthiest coast. So let's stop and get a drink before we continue. Okay guys, we're ordering our first drink of the video, and I'm actually kind of nervous. I'm not like, I know I say that, but I have butterflies in my stomach right now.
32 ounce cookies and cream ice blend.
The largest we could do is a large. That's fine.
Yeah. How many ounces is that?
24.
Just ordering this drink made me feel disgusting, but when I asked an employee a question, her answer really made me sad.
I have a question real quick. How many people do you think order the cookies and cream one per day, would you say?
That's a good question. It's one of our more common ice blends, I'd say. I can't put a number on it.
Is the most popular one though, you think?
One of the most, along with the mocha ice blend in my opinion.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Numbers can't describe the amount of people that order this daily. It's unfathomable.
It's entirely possible that 500 gallons of this slop is ordered daily.
Bro, that's dangerous. You wanna know why? It has that coffee taste that I kind of like in a coffee drink because it's coffee. It's not a milkshake. But it's like smooth. Like you're not like sucking like or anything, or like, you know, with Starbucks, it's a little like thick, you know? This is like straight up milk. And there's bits of cookie too, and cream.
To make sure I didn't over-cream myself, I did what everyone should do after ordering this drink. I went on a walk. It was a windy Manhattan Beach day, and to say I felt judged by everybody was an understatement.
Now to burn this off, if I'm walking 3 miles per hour, I need to walk for 3 hours. This is insane. This should not have the amount of calories as a whole meal and be the size of my poop. On the bright side, you get chocolate bits in this one too.
It should be a lot to go on a 3-hour walk after drinking something this dense.
Now, after what can only be described as a public humiliation ritual by holding this on the walk, I can finally do this and do this.
But as I sat my lazy ass down, the voices of my past spoke to me, and I knew I had to burn this drink off.
Now it's a hot and humid summer day, and we are here at 7 Brew to get a lemon freeze. Sounds healthy, right? Lemons, they're fruit, comes from nature. It's gotta be healthy. So let's see how healthy it really is. I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a Polaroid of someone on the inside up there?
Yeah, so that's our wall of fame up there. So all the employees that have like left,
I think
we have
I'm
a wall
on there.
of fame.
If I'm not, I'll probably cry.
You are on there.
Really? Can you record it?
Isaac?
Yeah, can you record it?
Here it is. Right there.
I used to work here.
Leave your mark on the road.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.
You too. This thing is chock full of calories and sugar. That's it. It's just calories and sugar. Now, the thing about these drinks is you don't want to mess up your insulin whatsoever. So going on a walk is kind of necessary if you're going to be drinking something of this caliber. It's already a cardinal sin to drink your sugar. And if a Coke was like a pistol, this thing is a 50 cal sniper. I mean, this is insane. The thing is, a small or even a kid size would be enough. There is not a hot day in hell that is hot enough for you to have to drink this entire thing. It's abysmal, okay? The craziest part is that this is just like the base order. People will get this with like 5 times flavoring, and each flavoring, if it's not sugar-free, is 100 calories. It is really good though. But I'm gonna have trouble finishing this, and I'm gonna be drinking it by myself while I'm walking. So I'm gonna look sad and fat. Another crazy thing is that people will judge you less for drinking this whole thing versus tracking your calories, your macros, your nutrients. What is up with that? We're judging people for being healthy, but when people are unhealthy and when people are doing bad habits that lead to early death, whatever, it's fine. It's your body. You can have whatever you want. Treat yourself. No, I'm not treating myself I'm not even gonna treat myself to this once a year. This is the only time I'm ever gonna drink this drink. This is the last time I will drink it.
And so far, I haven't had it since. Coffee Bean's drink is technically the least amount of calories in a meal for this video, so it deserves to be at a 1, but it's a drink that has almost the same amount of calories as the average fast food meal in America. So can I really give it a 1? No, I'll give it a 3. But could I binge on it? In the moment, it was miserable to drink, but since then, I have not been able to stop thinking about it. Like, it's taken real willpower to not drive down to Coffee Bean and get that drink, like, right now. But could I finish it again if I had it? Probably not. So Coffee Bean will get a 5 on the bingeability scale. As for 7 Brew, it was actually the same amount of calories as the whole In-N-Out meal. That is frightening that that drink is even legal. So since it's a drink, I'm gonna bump it from 4 to a 5. Nah, bro, give it a 6. No drink should be 970 calories. As for bingeability, it felt like it tore a hole in my stomach. It was not refreshing after the first 5 sips. So I'm gonna give it a solid 2 on the bingeability scale. And with that, the East is barely holding on to its title with a 5.5, while the West trails behind with 5.25. But this last round will determine which coast is the unhealthiest coast in America. I kid you not, just as we left for our walk before Jack in the Box, my FBI agent gave me an ad for my final resting place. My mic wasn't working, but essentially I talked about how much of a fat ass I am and how many calories are in this meal. But dang, look at those fries. Tell me you wouldn't put out for that.
Oh my gosh. So you're probably wondering, CJ, that's a big main course, because you would think that's a main course, but no, that's the side. For the main, we have the bacon double smashed jack. I don't want to know why I'm eating jack that was smashed. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm just here to answer them with my mouth. Holy cow, look at that thing. Get it? Because there's beef and pork. Oh, I'm salivating. And of course, a Coke Zero, because healthy. This one's gonna be dangerous, because that tasted good. Let me taste this real quick. This tastes insanely good. It's insanely high calorie, and I'm pretty sure I can devour this in like 5 minutes, you think? Very quickly, soonly even it goes. So let's just hit a time lapse and yeah, we'll see how dangerous this puppy is. Less than 10 minutes to eat all of that. Can you believe it? Well, you should, because I just did that. And that was dangerous, because I'm looking at the menu across to the drive-thru, and I could go for a Philly cheesesteak or some of the cookies. Oh, they got sugar cookies. I am a dirty girl for sugar cookies. But I have to say no.
No, you're fat, and you already had 2 licks of my ice cream.
Oh, you're back. You weren't supposed to see this. Anyways, now we're at the stoner hub of the South, Cookout.
Hi, I'm gonna do a tray with chicken strips. If you eat Cookout or Jack in the Box before 10 p.m., that's just sad, and you need to reevaluate your life choices. I'm gonna wait a little bit, but for you guys, there's no need. All right, it's past 10 o'clock, and now we get to eat 1,500 calories. That's it? That's all I get for 1,500 calories? 3 basic chicken nuggets, a bacon wrap, and a chicken wrap. Yeah, this might not be worth it, but let's just dig in. Chicken tenders, not too bad, but it's something you'd get at like a Chili's on the kids menu, which is really frightening that they're feeding our children chicken tenders with this much calories. But I digress. Bacon wrap, let's get it.
Not only was the taste mid, but I realized something terrifying mid-bite.
I don't understand the hype. Like this is mid. 2, there's lettuce in this. And as of August 2026, there's all these things going around with lettuce. So I'm gonna take that out and not eat the rest of that. I'm really putting my life on the line for you guys right here. Although, even though this is 1,500 calories, if the lettuce causes you to have massive diarrhea and you lose 10 pounds, it might be a good trade-off. Chicken wrap without lettuce. That was a lot better. Way better. There's just not enough bacon, you know? If it's a bacon wrap, I need me some bacon in my life.
Now that I've finished every meal and you've made it this far, you might as well subscribe.
This one is complex because the calories, insanely high. The enjoyment, could I slam 5 of those if I wanted to? Yes. Would I want to? No. It just wasn't enjoyable.
Jack in the Box, where do I start with you? You treated me so right. I dream about that night that we spent in my car, in your parking lot. Oh, those curly fries, that greasy burger. You're so bad for me, but I want you. Calorie-wise, it was the second highest meal of this entire video. So I'm gonna have it a smidge lower than Jollibee with a... What I even put Jollibee at? I don't know. It's right below Jollibee with around a 7. And for bingeability, it might be my personal taste. That was a 9, bro. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So phenomenal. As for Cookout, the calories were the definition of mid. So naturally, I'm gonna give it a 5.5 on the calorie scale. But the bingeability, I don't know. It's so split. On one hand, it was just kind of mid. Also, the taste of the food was just whatever. But it was so little, I could have easily eaten 3 more. So would I want to eat more? No. Could I eat more? Definitely. So I'll give Cookout the award of being the middest fast food with a 5 and a 5. Unless you get their cheese curds. Oh my gosh. That'll mess you up. That'll ruin your life. It'll be like getting hooked on crack and not being able to go back. Don't get their cheese curds unless you want to live a normal life. Now that the final scores are in, holy shit. The West Coast had an average calorie score of 5.6, and the East Coast came in with a 5.5. However, the East had a bingeability score of 5.25, while the West scored a whole point higher with a 6.25. So the question isn't just how unhealthy a food is by its calories, but how bingeable is it? If a spot only sold lettuce, but it was so good that you ate 20 pounds of it, you'll gain more fat than if you just drank a cookies and cream blended coffee. So make sure what you're eating fits in your daily calories, and you better sure as heck make sure you can't finish it all. If you're from the West and you need a sign to move, maybe you'll consider it after knowing you live on the unhealthiest coast in America.